So you probably saw my other video if you've seen this one about cheating on the Hive. This one is kind of a part 2 to that one. So if this is the first video you've happened to see by me, no, I'm not going to be hacking. But I'm going to be talking about hacking. So give this video a chance because I think you're going to learn something new about hacking. So unless you're a super epic gamer pro knowing everything about hacking, you should hopefully learn something new in this video about hacking. I would hope. So if you ever played on the Hive, you've probably seen this. Or maybe this. Or probably seen something like this. Hacking. Just one of the most frustrating things on the Hive to come by as an average player. If you're playing a game, trying to have some fun, trying to win games, trying to have win streaks, all fun stuff like that, hacking really does just kill your mood. Sometimes it doesn't bother you that much, but if you're, in a competitive game, trying to win, keep a win streak, it definitely can be annoying. I know this isn't necessarily part of the video, but number one rule as a hacker is don't hack and lose. It's just an embarrassment. This is not advising you to hack. Don't hack. Hacking's bad. Don't do it. But don't hack and lose. It's just bad. Don't do that. If you're gonna hack, at least win. It's very important. A few things I want to go over is how to spot a hacker, because I know for me, I've actually had a hard time for a while knowing what is hacking and what isn't. The first thing I'm going to be talking about is scaffolding. Basically, scaffolding has to do with bridging. If you've ever seen someone bridging in a really crazy way, like bridging while running and jumping and just jumping up and not even clicking and it's just automatically places below them, or people that spam blocks instantly, it's most likely scaffolding. Another way to spot someone who is scaffolding is if they are walking sideways and bridging, or you can kind of tell if you see something, a really unconventional way of bridging, it's either something you just didn't know existed or probably scaffolding if you see something that's really weird. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is B-hop, and B-hop is something that for a long time I didn't even know what it was. Basically, what B-hop is rapidly jumping around and moving around so it's nearly impossible to hit you. It's just really weird movement, and you'll kind of be able to tell what B-hopping is just by if you see someone move really weird or really quickly jumping around. The most obvious one of all has to be reach. Reach is just kill aura. Just people hitting you from like 4, 5, even 6 sometimes blocks away. You usually can't hit them. It's just overpowered. It's just impossible to hit people pretty much. The next one, which is the most obvious one, has to be fly hacking. Fly hacking is very obvious. If you see someone flying across the map, that is pretty obvious, and you can tell when someone's flying. One of the harder ones to catch would be anti and knockback. Basically, anti and knockback, sometimes people won't take knockback because of lag. It's kind of hard to tell because there are situations where people don't take knockback because they're lagging or their ping is high and all that stuff. Typically, you won't find anti-knockback alone. You'll usually find it with reach or something along the lines of that, or B-hopping. B-hopping and reach are pretty commonly used together. There are a lot of other minor hacks as well, kind of things like health tags where you can see how low people are, or you can have outlines or like tracers to be able to see where people are. That's a different kind of hack as well. There's also teleporting. That's something that you don't usually see. The anti-cheat usually does catch that pretty well. Usually, like when people just teleport all around the map. Not every time, obviously, but usually it can do decent with that one. But one of the hard ones that's really hard to catch for the anti-cheat is speed hacks. Sometimes hard to tell, but sometimes they're really obvious when you just see someone speed up, like in this clip of Death Run. It's pretty obvious that they're speed hacking. Also in game, you can see when people just zoom around and just run faster than normal. Sometimes people do it in a really discreet way, but you can't actually tell that they are speed hacking, but when it's obvious, it's pretty obvious, and it's pretty easy to tell when someone is doing that. The next thing, which is kind of off hacking, has to do with auto-clicking, and auto-clicking is a big problem because if you don't know what an auto-clicker is, it is something that you can get that will just really boost your CPS. The average player averages 7 CPS. With butterfly clicking, it can go up to 10 to 12, average. and drag clicking is higher than that. I'm not sure exactly what jitter clicking average is, but it's probably close to 14. Some people can get higher, some people lower, but jitter clicking, I would say, is just below drag clicking in that sense of drag clicking is clearly the fastest method, but most people don't know how to do that, and most mouses can't even do that as well. The problem with auto clicking is usually first of all, it's not as easy to spot because people could just be drag clicking. Sometimes it's really obvious, but auto clickers aren't always easy to catch for staff for the mod team. The biggest solution to auto clicking would be to add a CPS cap, which would be unreasonable for a player to reach. Some servers even have drag clicking banned because it's just kind of broken and unfair to people that don't have the ability to do it. I think jitter clicking, a butterfly clicking, perfectly legal. Typically, if you find someone clicking that fast, it's most likely auto clicking, less likely drag clicking, and I think you don't even need that high CPS to be good. I say the best suggestion would be to add a CPS cap, try to limit it to, let's say 20, anyone who actually is playing the right way, jitter clicking or butterfly clicking or even drag clicking to an extent, is legal, but it will do a better job of detecting auto clickers. One of the problems with hacking is that it's super easy to get a hack client. If you go on Google, it really isn't that hard to find one. If you go on YouTube, you'll find tutorials on how to get it. It's really not that hard to do it. Don't get me wrong, I can't be the person that says hacking is terrible and everyone should not have fun doing it. It can be fun to an extent to see the craziness of what the hacks do, but the only problem is it really does kill the point of servers and ruin the experience for a lot of the people that don't hack and play the right way. The fact that it's so easy to download a hack client really does add to the fact that people do it more often just because of how easy it is to get them, and that's not something that any server can do about it. It's just the hack clients themselves making it really easy to get their clients. So now we can go on to what we can do as the community, people who don't like hacking, people that want to do something about it. The biggest rule on the Hive for moderators is that they need physical evidence to ban someone for hacking. You can't just ban someone based off hearing they're a hacker and trusting then believing it. What we can do is, if you have game bar, record a 30-second clip of someone hacking, try to find some evidence and send it in. If you are in game and you click on a random player's name and you see the report thing down here, it doesn't actually report them to the Hive, it reports them to Microsoft. And there's a lot of reports to Microsoft, so that's probably not your best bet. The best advice I would say is go to the Hive Discord, try to record a clip, maybe ask a helper if you can DM them and say, hey, I have a clip of someone hacking, can I put it somewhere? Sometimes they will tell you to go to the report section, but maybe a helper would be willing to help you out. Just go to the Hive Discord and ask what you can do to best report a hacker if you have footage of them hacking. That's the best thing that we can do as the community to try and sort out the hacker problem rather than just saying, hey, this person's hacking. In the future, there are going to be more anti-cheat improvements. The hard thing about hacking and the anti-cheat is that it's just a battle of the anti-cheat figures something new, and then the hackers figure out something new. Then the anti-cheat finds something new, and then the hackers figure something new. And it's just a constant battle of the anti-cheat trying to keep up with the new hacks and the new programs to avoid the anti-cheat. But there will be anti-cheat improvements, and the biggest feature that will be coming to the Hive will be the replay system, and that will help out moderation and checking hackers, where the staff can use that as a huge tool to go back, rewatch footage, and see who is hacking and see clips of people hacking in old games. Hopefully this video did teach you something new about hacking. I can't tell for sure, obviously, but hopefully something of value you did get from today's video. And if you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe. Also make sure to crush the bell to be notified for live streams, giveaways, more videos on the channel. And yeah, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye, guys.